Labor Day 2023, and you can join me every week for the greatest political commentary known to man. Colonel Christopher Gadsden said, "What I can do for my country, I am willing to do." Several members of Kappa Kappa Gamma at the University of Wyoming filed a lawsuit against their sorority for allowing a transgender to join their ranks. They said that the sorority is intended to provide an all-female space, and they have violated that purpose by letting a boy in who thinks he's a girl. This isn't just about sharing a bathroom anymore. Now you have an adult male that wants to live in a house with a bunch of college girls. The court dismissed the case and said that the sorority has the right to accept anyone they please, and they don't have to just be biological females. The judge even cited a case in which the Boy Scouts of America were allowed to keep gay men from becoming scout leaders. The judge said that if the Boy Scouts can decide to keep gay people out, then a sorority can decide to let transgenders in. But thinking logically, the main reason that gay men were banned from being scout leaders stems from the amount of sexual abuses taking place within that organization. So the decision was made in order to protect the vulnerable from abuse. The opposite is true when allowing a man in a house full of girls. They are opening the door to the potential for sexual abuse, which we have seen happen time and again, even just in the bathrooms and locker rooms, once you start allowing trans folks to do whatever they please. It isn't enough to just let them use the bathroom they want anymore, or even join the female organizations that they want to join. It isn't even enough to let people have hormones and sex change surgeries. The libs want you to pay for it now, even if someone's in prison, and even if that criminal has committed heinous acts of violence without any remorse. They believe that such a person is entitled to gender-affirming health care paid for by your tax dollars. A prisoner in Indiana is demanding this sex change surgery performed to make him become a woman. This man is serving 55 years for strangling his 11-month-old stepdaughter to death. When he was awaiting trial in jail, an officer asked him what he was charged with, and he said murder. When the officer looked at his file, he replied and said, "Well, you're only being charged with reckless homicide." To which he replied, "All I know is that I killed that effin' bee." So this is what you're working with, a real stand-up character. The state of Indiana obviously rejected this ridiculous request for surgery, although they are giving him hormone treatments paid for by taxes. But then the ACLU came along, and they thought that wasn't good enough, so they have now filed a lawsuit against the state, claiming that they are denying essential health care to a prisoner in their custody. The Indiana Attorney General said that they will not pay for a surgery that has nothing to do with the health of an inmate, and it can cost anywhere from $10,000 to $25,000 if they did. The liberals never get enough. It starts with a few gay people wanting to just get married and be left alone, and now you have infant murderers getting free sex change treatments paid for by your government. This is your weekly reminder to follow and subscribe to the Conservative American Message on all of our platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Threads, X, Truth Social, Spotify, YouTube, Apple, you name it, we're everywhere. And please, please, please share this episode with all of your friends so we can make sure that we're offending everyone. Mitch McConnell had another awkward silence moment this past week. He once again stopped responding to reporters at a press conference and just kind of stared off into space. He has since stated that he was just feeling lightheaded and he's not going anywhere. But some Kentucky Republicans are already getting ready to swoop in and grab his seat in the event that he has to step down. Mitch has had several serious falls in the recent months, and this is a serious issue because these old-timers who have been in Washington for decades might not all be there mentally anymore. Like, for instance, Joe Biden. The average age of Congress is 64 years old. The oldest senator is California Democrat Dianne Feinstein, who is 90 years old and has been in Congress for 30 years. That means that she's been a senator for a third of her life. That seems a little bit too long, if you ask me. And she's had numerous health problems over the past year, leading to people calling for her to retire. Iowan Senator Chuck Grassley has been in Congress for over 40 years. That's almost half of his life. This is why we need term limits. These people get into power for so long, yet nothing ever seems to improve our country. Not only do we need term limits in Congress, but we need them all the way down to school boards. We have corrupt, evil people running all of our institutions. And that is exactly how a 12-year-old boy named Jaden Rodriguez in California got kicked out of class just for having a Gadsden flag patch on his backpack. The Gadsden flag is the Don't Tread on Me flag, and the school claimed that it has racist origins. The flag is no more racist than the American flag, but then of course they'd probably find an issue with Old Glory too. A video of the confrontation between a school administrator, Jaden, and his parents went viral due to the audacity of the school administrator's claims. Even the ACLU says he has the right to display this flag. The school board eventually backed off and allowed him to wear the patch, but Jaden says this wouldn't have been the case if the video hadn't gone viral. They would have just silenced him and effectively shut down free speech at the school entirely. Here's some of the viral video.
Due to its origins with slavery and slave trade. That is what was, that's the reasoning behind it. No, it's like
the Gadsden flag.
the Don't Tread on Me.
Okay. Which is the Gadsden flag.
Okay. The bag can't go back. It's got the patch on it because we can't have that in and around other kids. So that's what I was trying, and then he said you were close. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with slavery. That's like the Revolutionary War patch that was displayed when they were fighting the British. Like that wasn't. That's the Revolution. Maybe you're thinking of like the Confederate flag.
Okay, I am just here to enforce. No, I am here to enforce the policy that was provided by the district, and definitely you have every right to not agree with it. I mean,
because the ACLU says that he's allowed to wear that. If you like go on their website, it's like says in big letters.
All I'm saying is that
unless there's like a ban on patches, period. Like if you said there's no patches allowed at the school, you cannot display what you think or anything like that, or what cheer or anything like that. I think it's like one-sided, you know, because you allow some patches but not other patches.
Kids have patches like other names and like the American flag and backpacks.
Yeah. That was like flown during the revolution with I just don't understand that at all.
I understand that.
Yeah, and I mean we teach him to always stick up for your beliefs, and I mean you're going over the revolution for 7th grade. I mean the founding fathers stood up for what they believed in against unjust laws. This is unjust.
Okay, like I said, we're upholding a policy that was provided to us, which we have to uphold.
Okay, can you show me where the policy